Hello and welcome to Share a Sip. We're with Alexandra from Omega Road Winery out in Livermore.
Hi everyone, cheers!
Nice cheers.
Had a good ring to it.
I did.
It was good.
All right, so we're going to be sipping on Cab Franc
Yes.
and Petit Verdot while we learn a little more about Alex.
Awesome.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got to Omega Road Winery and whatnot.
For sure. So, Omega Road Winery is a partnership actually between my dad and I.
I love it.
We have a lot of fun together.
That's awesome.
So my dad actually started in the wine industry in the late 60s and early 70s.
Okay.
He was up in Napa.
Okay.
He was only there for like 3 or 4 years finishing his degree, but always had this like deep-seated love of wine.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, I got to taste wine when I was younger and started, I don't know, it's a fun thing and it was cool to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
When I was younger and learn about it, not just like drink.
Yeah.
Right? And so about 10 years ago, my dad was making some wine in his garage, standard home winemaker, and I thought it was kind of fun, and so I started helping out right after I graduated college.
Okay.
And most home winemakers make like 10 gallons of wine. We were making like 100 gallons of wine.
Wow.
Yeah, so the garage was like very quickly full of wine. And my mom is the one at one point who was like, you guys either need to do something with this or you need to stop because I need my garage back.
That's
yeah, and so we decided to start the winery about 10 years ago.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, but we'd only opened our tasting room in May of 2017, so almost 4 years.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Did you buy the grapes from Livermore while you were doing it in the garage, or?
Because we were so small and we wanted to very much do it on our own.
Yeah.
And so we weren't buying any of the winemaking kits. And so we had a few contacts in Lodi, the Sierra Foothills, places like that. So that's actually where we started kind of our winemaking journey.
Awesome.
At this point, starting sort of 2018, 19, and definitely this past year, I would say most of our grapes come from Livermore.
Okay.
This past harvest, we have a Torrontés that comes from Lodi.
Okay.
And then a Carignan, which comes from Contra Costa County. But
Awesome.
other than that, it's all Livermore.
That's awesome. Did you grow up here?
So grew up in the East Bay,
Okay.
up the road a little bit, and I just moved to Livermore proper about 2 years ago.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, my goal is to be here.
it's
I'm in Fremont, so it's not far.
not too far.
And the drive from Fremont to Livermore is so pretty that I'm like,
It is.
I don't even notice. Like,
I was gonna say coming through the hills.
yeah, exactly. And then you
Gorgeous.
see the valley.
Yes.
It's like my happy place.
That's when you drive down and you're like, yes,
I'm here.
I need
I'm
this.
home. That's what I say, and I'm like, I don't live here.
But home all the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. What degree did you get? Just curious.
Yeah. So in college, I got an economics and marketing degree.
Okay.
Not so much. And I went to Cal Poly. Definitely, hindsight is 2020. Should have jumped on the winemaking train back in college, but had no clue.
Yeah.
I also have my master's in food studies.
Oh, that's exciting.
And so and then I'm a sommelier as well.
Oh, cool.
Trying to sort of learn all aspects of wine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and how it relates to all the things.
It's fun. That's the thing I love about wine. Like, you'll never stop learning something new.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. No matter, like, when you think you know something, you're like, there's so much, like, another world opens up.
It's like the tip of the iceberg. Every time you learn something new, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I got it.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't.
Yeah. And then I also love wine because it's, even though I was like a math geek, there's never really a right answer. Like, they'll give you like what it's supposed to be, and then it's like, what do you what do you taste? What do you smell? Because everyone's so different.
Well, and everybody has such a different background.
Exactly.
There's a sommelier, I believe she's in New York still, and she says like the things that I sense, the things that I smell are all based on my childhood, and I'm like, Yes.
Yeah.
It's the sense and it's like the memories that you have growing up, and we all have that differently.
Yeah.
So.
And sometimes, when I read like tasting notes, I'm like, I don't even know if I've ever smelled this in my life. So how am I gonna pick it out? Yeah.
Right. How would I know that that's what that is?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So unless you like really study on that,
Yeah.
Always fun.
I mean, I think that's part of like the magic of wine is that it is so personal, and then it can. I mean, it sounds so cheesy, but that it totally like brings people together, right? Like it gives us a common place to like have a conversation. And,
exactly.
And
this whole share sip thing.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Yes, it's my favorite thing about wine.
Yes.
Not just how it tastes. Like I love meeting people through wine.
Totally.
It just brings people. So besides that, what's your favorite thing about the winemaking process?
The actual making of wine.
Yeah.
It depends on the day. Most days are really fantastic.
Yeah.
I think one of the coolest things is seeing how you can taste a grape in the vineyard and then taste that same grape when you bring in the grapes for harvest. If you can't tell, we're in an industrial complex. We don't have our own vineyards.
Yeah.
And so for us, it very much is going and like working with vineyards and vineyard owners to get those grapes. And so like bringing those grapes in, and then like as you process them, having an idea of like what it could turn into.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Every single time it like blows my mind, and it gets me really happy and excited.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I want to make wine.
You will.
Okay.
I have no doubt. And if all else fails, harvest 2021. Come on over.
All right. I swear, I tell everyone, like,
please.
You want help?
Done.
Just call
Yes.
me. I picked grapes one time. I did help
Excellent.
someone, and then I wanted, it was fun. I was supposed to do it with a friend, but she failed. But it was still fun.
It's kind of cathartic.
Yeah.
Because I've had the opportunity to a few times, and like going through the vineyard, it is kind of cathartic.
Yeah, it's like, at points it gets boring, but then I appreciate wine so much more after picking the grapes.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm like, there's so much that just goes into this thing. And it's fascinating to me.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, so tell us a little bit about Omega Road Winery, what they offer.
Yeah, so like I said, my dad and I started, and so we are very much a small, family-owned and operated winery. It's my folks and I, really. We have a wine assistant, Shannon. She helps during harvest. She helps in the tasting room. She'll help us come up with blends, right? All of that. And other than that, we have a few tasting room staff.
Cool.
But we are small production, so we're at about 750 cases, which I don't know how much that means to anybody, but it's small. And continuing to grow. We are in an industrial complex, but I think it in some ways makes wine approachable, which is very cool as well. And we like experimenting with some unique wines, some unique blends. And then we also like highlighting maybe some of the varietals that are a little less common.
Okay.
Cab Franc is becoming way more common and way more popular now. But for a long time, like, it was only used in blends.
Yes.
So getting to highlight it on its own is really cool.
How much percentage of Cab Franc?
So this is actually, this is 96% Cab Franc and 4% Syrah.
Okay, cool.
Which is not a typical blend anyways, but the Syrah like just balanced things out perfectly.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I feel like every person who comes to Omega Road, we want to embrace you as like you're part of the family. And again, that sounds so cheesy as I say it out loud. But it is. Wine is a moment of connection, and so that's our goal, is to be able to connect with people.
Awesome.
And do it over great wine.
Awesome. I know we're reviewing your wine, but I want to talk about the Cab Franc and what you love about it.
Yeah. So this Cab Franc, this is a 2016. So the grapes are from 2016 in the Sierra foothills. So Cab Franc, like I said, is kind of a blending grape. But on its own, I like the balance of like fruit and tannin and earthiness that comes through. But I also like that it's a little bit like lighter.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, especially, I think that Cab Franc is a little bit lighter. And I like that it can it's like a great sipping wine, and there's like nuance in it, but it's also fantastic with food.
Yeah.
And it's also not a wine that takes like too much thought. Even if it has a little bit more complexity, you can still like just take a sip and enjoy.
Yeah.
And so I feel like for me, it hits like all of my favorite things about wine in one glass.
I like it. It has a lot of good fruit notes in this one. Like that's the first thing I tasted.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
And do you do only reds or do you have whites?
We do have some whites.
Okay.
We definitely focus on reds.
Okay.
But we have some great whites. We have a Torontes,
Okay.
which is really
I've
fun.
never even had that, so.
Excellent. So it's a white Argentinian varietal.
Okay, cool.
Right. From Lodi. And then we also do a white blend from Livermore.
Okay.
Grapes, it's usually some combination of Sauvignon Blanc, Semillon, Chardonnay,
Nice.
in some proportion.
Yeah.
And so we also do that.
Fun.
So yeah, a few whites, but like I said, mostly reds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing like to do like when people come in? Like I don't know, like when they try your wine. I mean, you made it.
I think one of the coolest things is just getting to, like, anybody who creates, sharing what you create can be like exciting and also intimidating.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to wine, it's cool because there's something for everyone. And so, like, I don't take offense if this Cab Franc isn't somebody's like most favorite wine in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it, which is a good thing. But
You're not gonna make wine you don't like.
exactly. But it's okay that it's not their favorite wine.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of other wines out there, and so yeah, getting to, I think, have that experience with someone is the coolest part of it, and either helping them find their like new favorite wine, or just being able to be a part of like a great afternoon that they're sharing, whether it's, you know, like the girls going out and grabbing a glass, or we had a few first dates.
Oh, that's cute.
Which is so exciting. I very much geek out over like
I like that.
people who are here on their first dates, and anniversaries and birthdays, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just cool to be a part of somebody's celebration.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my Share Sips guests doesn't drink wine, like not that she never has, but that was kind of fun because I asked her like what she kind of likes, and then got to pick a wine out. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she's like, I really like this, and I'm like, okay, good. I win.
I win at life.
It was just exciting that, you know, it's something
Totally.
to like share. Yeah, because most people are drink wine a lot that I've interviewed before, and so they kind of know their preference, and I try to like stick to their preference just because I want them to enjoy it regardless.
Totally.
But, you know, I might throw in a little curveball and just expand their palate.
I love that.
Well, yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, it's the most interesting.
The most interesting. I haven't done too many. That one was like the coolest. The one I did with my sister, I tried the wine. Or actually, the one I did, we actually did Mio Napoli.
Oh, Mio Napoli.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm
I got
Italian,
you.
but can't. And we didn't try it before the interview, and when she took a sip, she stopped her conversation. She's like, "Well, I like this." I'm like, and that's the review I want. I'm like, done. Like, because I'm trying to get like a little easy review.
Totally.
Yeah. And whenever she just did that, it wasn't planned or anything. I was like,
okay,
all right, that's all I needed.
I love that.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was really good.
This is Petit Verdot.
Is this 2015?
2015. So this is over 5 years old.
Okay.
Again, Petit Verdot, typically a blending grape, but grows really nicely here in Livermore.
Yeah.
So this is a Livermore Petit Verdot.
I love the color. It's very...
It's like dark and brooding.
Yeah. Those are my favorite. I'm a cab drinker.
Okay, I think I like this.
Yeah. When wine is poured, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like that. I like
It's very rare that I've ever had an occasion where I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah, I know. It's usually only when it's dessert wine. I don't like dessert wine.
Totally allowed.
Yeah. I won't. People will... I don't even want to take a sip, actually. I don't like it.
I think that's fine. I go back to, we all have our preferences.
Don't like Riesling, dry Riesling, sweet Riesling.
Really?
Just don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I will try Rieslings, though.
That's good. As long as I feel like as long as somebody's willing to try something, because you never know.
Exactly.
Like there might be that one time that you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But
this is the only reason you'll have. No.
exactly.
Yeah. I'm a very big California wine drinker.
One person makes fun of me that I only drink California wine. I was like, it's because we have the best.
And there's so many awesome wines
and there's
to
so
try.
many varieties. Like we
Yeah.
have so much different kind of temperature, climate, and like areas that make great wine. So
Yeah.
I think he's just jealous that we're from California. It's okay. We
That's
know
valid.
we're the best.
I mean, hello.
So how is it working with your dad?
It's good. It's
Yeah.
good. I would say like 95% of the time, it's wonderful. We have those days,
Yeah.
which everyone does.
Yeah.
But I love that at the end of the day, like something can go wrong, everything can go wrong.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like before we leave, it's like, I love you. I'll see you later. You
That's
know.
awesome.
So yeah, it's really good. I think we also balance each other out really well.
Okay.
And so with his history in the industry, he has sort of a different perspective than I do, which is not surprising,
Yeah.
but also cool. And so yeah, we have days where like I want to try new things and let's try this and let's try that, and
Yeah.
you know, and he's wonderful about like, all right, so why do you want to do it? How are we going to do this?
Okay.
Right?
That's fun.
And sometimes it works great, and every once in a while it doesn't work, and he usually doesn't do the "I told you so" moment, so that's great. So yeah, it's good. It's
That's
good.
fun.
We have a good time together.
That's cool. My family's in dentistry. I'm not, but so my dad's a dentist, and then my brother and brother-in-law are the dentists that will take over.
Nice.
Yeah, and then like two of my sisters are dental hygienists, one's a dental assistant, and the rest we kind of branched off. But yeah,
It's still sort of a family business.
It's a family business. Yeah,
I like it.
I do the books, so I
Okay.
guess I'm part of it.
Family business, it works.
Yeah, so I always admire people that work with our family because
I mean, I think for a lot of people it doesn't work. I think for us, I don't know, it's a good thing.
Yeah, and you
It's a good
both
thing.
love it. Like I wasn't
We
in
do.
love with dentistry.
We do, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's cool. But yeah, I see the benefit of it. It's fun. You get a lot of memories.
We definitely have a lot of memories.
Yeah.
And we've built up a lot of good times, and I appreciate, again, like his perspective, and as we like look to build and expand, and you know, we're always trying to grow, and so I think it does a really good thing to have different perspectives.
Yeah, and different generations too.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is, because I think wine is now becoming something that like millennials and even the other generation coming up, it's not like you have to be old to drink wine, where I
Right.
think in the past it was like that. So
Yeah.
it's fun. Like that's why I'm all about the fun approach, because I
Yeah.
think people that our age want to like see that.
Well, it's an experience. It's
Yeah.
not. I think so often the perception is like stuffy wine,
Yeah.
right? And like nose up luxury. And there's some that is for sure.
Yeah.
But I think
It doesn't have to be.
it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be any different than like going to your favorite restaurant and grabbing a drink at the bar
Yeah.
or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I'm really excited to see what wine evolves in the next like 10, 15 years, because it's
Totally.
already changed so much.
Oh, just in the last like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what's your advice to anyone that like wants to get in the wine industry, or just learn more about wine?
I think if you're exploring what you love about the wine industry, I think talk to people, get involved. If you're not sure if you like the winemaking side or the tasting room or the like sommelier judging side, or there's food and wine, or like there's so many different ways to be involved.
Yeah.
So I think start talking to people and just like do it, get involved, right? Like help out with harvest in the fall. Seriously.
I think
Yes.
you have my number.
Now there's video evidence.
Yes, I'm being serious. Call me up. No one calls me up.
I will.
Okay.
For sure. So yeah, I think just like jump in, be a part of harvest, be a part of the tasting room, shadow, help out, things like that. I think reading, or like watching videos, right? I mean, YouTube's amazing. There's so much out there. There's different certifications you can get if you want something that's more like structured. And not that we can travel a lot right now, and that's definitely a luxury as well. But if you have the ability to travel, like travel and taste wine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think talking to people is the best way to at least gain some knowledge. And once you find like sort of the direction in which you want to go, then like start to dig in a little bit more.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And then, do you want to talk a little more about Petit Verdot before we end? I know
Sure. I mean, yeah, it's our 2015 Petit Verdot. It's 100% Petit Verdot.
That's awesome.
And it's from here in Livermore. And to me, like, king of versatile wine.
Yeah.
Like, it goes with all the things.
Yeah.
It just tastes. To me, this is like a good
like
cozy
heavy,
wine.
but I don't like get the sense I need a steak with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it goes great with the steak for sure. But yeah, it doesn't like require really intense food.
Yeah.
But to me, this is like just a cozy wine.
I like it.
Like
It's
if
good
I
for
had a
winter.
fire, it is. If I had like a fire in the fire, if I had a fireplace to put a fire in, like to cozy up on the couch with a good book, this would totally be like, this is the wine I want to sip on.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are open weekends, right?
Yes.
Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday, Sunday, 12 to 5. We ask that you make reservations online. You can make them, go to our website, omegaroadwinery.com. Stop. omegaroadwinery.com. Make a reservation online. And join us. We do 3 wines. We have Valentine's Day pairings. We're going to do some cheese options.
Nice.
All the things.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so look up Omega Road Winery. Follow them on Instagram.
Yes.
So you keep up with what they're going
For sure.
or offering.
Mhm.
And then, yes, buy some wine.
Please do.
All right.
Join us, friends.
That's Alex for you, and cheers.
Cheers.